Good morning, you guys. We're going to talk about a couple things here that we're going to deal with translations again, like we did yesterday. But we're going to start with a Blocket. But here's the deal. This one says Hillview Translations Easy. I have another one I want to give you at the end of class that'll be Hillview Translations in the normal version. And it has a little more knowledge from today's lesson. So you're going to start with one, and then you're going to end with a different one. But let's just talk about these questions real quick before we get into it. Now, the first one I have here is it says a translation. What is a translation? And I put it's a slide. If you remember, like look at my mouse right now. Do you see my cursor? A translation would be it's sliding a direction, maybe up or down, and then left or right, right? Left or right or up or down. Now, it doesn't flip, it doesn't turn around. So this is a slide. It slides. It doesn't flip, it doesn't turn. A rotation would mean it's turning, and it's not. It's not losing its orientation. We'll talk more about that. Now, this right here, is this a translation? It looks like they're kind of the same image, but actually, guys, this is a flip. Notice how it's flipped. It doesn't look the same. This is an L. Do you see your L? Is this an L? No. If this was a translation, it would be an L like this, and then maybe it moves over and comes down here, and it's also an L. And it's not. So that's why it's an issue. So let me just show you again with the pen. Oh, let me see if I can pull this off here. Hold on. It's because I zoomed in. 1 second. Let me go back here and zoom out. If I clicked here and then I have my pen, what I'm telling you guys is this here, if it was a translation, maybe it moves this way and then it moves down and it would be the same size, but it would still be an L. Do you see the L? All right. Don't take an L on this. Find it. Here it is. This is reversed. This is not the same image. Notice how it's flipped. It like flipped over. Okay. So we got to make sure we get that in our brain. All right. If we keep going, let's go ahead and is this one a translation? Well, this shape is the new one, actually. So you know that because do you see your little marks on that? You see your little apostrophes there, your primes? Those that's the second image. This is the first image, and it looks like it just flipped over or it fell, it rotated. That's not what we want to see. If this is a real translation and it went this way, it would still look like the same triangle. They would still look the same, okay? So make sure you get that in your brain. So this is not a translation. That's not a translation. So no. All right, we're going to keep going through it. Is this a translation? Do they look the same? Is there anything different? No, we're good. This is a translation. You're good to go. Okay. What if I even got crazy and said, if it starts here, how did it get to here? Right? Isn't this other point here? How did it get there? Well, it went to the left 1, to the left 2. All right. We got to know this today. Left 2, and then down 1, down 2, down 3, down 4. And then down 4. Okay. Very cool. Very cool. Very cool. Now, we're going to keep going through this Blocket. This is a translation. They look the same. Don't they look the same? They haven't flipped. They haven't turned over or anything. They look the same. They look the same, don't they? Aren't they twins? All right. Are these twins? No. This looks like a big brother, little brother kind of situation, right? One's much bigger than the other. So this is not a translation. Every translation must have exactly the same size, and those are not. Now, these look the same size, right? But again, remember, a translation, actually, let me use the other one. This is the first one, right? Because it doesn't have the little primes. It doesn't have the primes, okay? So the translation, if it was to move somewhere like this way, it would still be in the same kind of way, like the same kind of way the triangle, oops, that doesn't look good. But look at the way this triangle looks. It would still look that way over here. This is a reflection. It flipped. Notice how it flipped, all right? We got to get that in our brain. And then as we keep going here, yes, this is a translation. Yes, they look the same. It just moved to the right 1, down 3. Here, what's happening here? Yes, it's a translation, but we started here. So we're going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to the right, 5 right, right? And then up 1, up 2. You can do this, guys. You guys got this, all right? Now, it tells you to write what's happening in words. And, oh, this is the last one. You see this here? It says, which triangle is a translation of x? Which one looks like x? Well, this one kind of looks like it, but actually, no, because this is 2 and this is 3, but this is 3, this is 3. This is 2, this is 3. And your answer would be B. That's the only one. You could say maybe it's A, but look, it flipped over. It's not the same, it doesn't look the same. These both look exactly the same. They're standing up the same way. This may be the same size, but it's not standing up the same way. Okay? Do the best you can on the Blocket, and then we're going to get into our kind of quick worksheet that you guys are going to learn a lot of. All right? Go ahead and start the Blocket. Now, this is the part where we really got to take our time on, understand what's happening. Okay? So when we're looking at these problems, I got a lot going on here, and I'm going to zoom in, and I'm going to go ahead and do number 1, and you're going to just try to follow along with me. I'm wondering what the best way to teach this is, and you'll get the sense of this no problem. Now, you know this is your x-axis, right? You can see that. There's an x written on there. And this is your y-axis, okay? Now, I'm going to zoom in on this whole problem right here, this one. It says x plus 5, y plus 3, okay? This is what we call a rule. It says it's going to start with the normal x, y, but then this is what's going to happen to it. This is the change that's happening. It looks confusing. Just bear with me. You're going to get this, no problem. I promise you, you're going to get this. If I was to follow the rule here, x plus 5, the x-axis goes which way? It goes left or right. You guys see that? The x-axis goes left or right. And if this is 0, isn't this 1, 2, 3? And this way is what? -1, -2, -3. So I would say that left is negative, the right's positive. These are almost like your notes for today, so pay attention. Now, the y-axis goes up or down. And this one's pretty simple too. Up would be +1, +2, +3. So we call ups positives. And downs would be -1, -2, -3. We call down negative. All right? So when I see this rule, x plus 5, our x goes either left or right, and it's plus. X plus 5 means right to the right 5. So go ahead and write that down. Right 5. We're supposed to go to the right 5. And then positive means up, negative means down. That's the y. Y plus 3 means go up 3. So doesn't that rule make a little more sense then if I just said go right 5, up 3? Why don't you do that for each point? Go right 5, up 3. And that's what the rule is actually telling you. Go to the right 5, go up 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. Why don't you can pause it and have them do this? All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. Make sure you make your little marks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. All right. Now, let's make sure we know exactly what we're talking about here as we move on. This is perfect. Right 5, up 3. All right. X plus 2, y plus 4. When it's x and plus, x goes left or right. This is always telling you left or right. If it's plus, it's going to the right. Think of it as a number line. Guys, if you look at a number line, and I'm going to use it up here, if this is my number line, which way is +1? To the right. Which way is -1? To the left. Okay? So +2 means to the right 2. And then y plus 4, the y-axis goes up or down, right? And 0's here. It's pretty simple. Up goes positive, down goes negative. So y plus 4 means up 4. Okay? So you're going to go right 2, up 4. 1, 2, 3. Or no, hold on. Right 2, 1, 2, and then up 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Why don't you guys finish this one for me? 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? And that's where it happened. This is the rule. This is how they're going to write it, okay? They're going to write it this way. So you got to be able to handle this, all right? And here's something I'm going to show you. Actually, I won't show it to you yet. I'll show it to you later. Hold on. All right, what about this one? X, Y, -3, -2. All right, if plus was to the right, X, remember X goes left or right, X goes left or right. X plus 2 is right 2. X minus 3 is going to be left 3. Does that make sense? Because it's negative. You're going to go to the left, and then Y minus 2. Remember, Y goes up or down. Well, it's negative. We're going to go down 2. So why don't you guys go ahead and do that one for me? Okay. Let's keep it going. 4. You guys do this one on your own? All right. Hopefully you saw it's going to be right 6, up 4. You guys try the last two on your own. Remember the rules, okay? Right or left, up or down. Right or left, up or down. Actually, let me try number 6 with you. You do 4 and 5. Let's try 6. 6 has nothing for X. It just says X. Doesn't have you do anything, left or right. So you just keep it. What are you doing? You're only going up 5. That's the only rule you're going to do. So you're just going to take this and go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then right there, 5. Okay. All right, flip it over. Let's talk about the rules again. Now it says write a rule for each description. Okay, let me get a different sheet. It's a little messed up. Now, when you're writing the rule, just like the front side, rules are going to look like I've done here. These are the rules, okay? So let's go ahead and figure out the rule. First thing you need to figure out is kind of what's going on here. So if it's z to z prime, we did this one yesterday, we can tell it's going to go right 2 and then down 1. 1 second, guys. Sorry about that. So if you're looking at z to z prime, you're going to go right 2, down 1. So if you wrote that down, right 2, down 1, okay? But how would that look in a rule? In a rule format, x plus 2, y minus 1. You think you can get the hang of this? It's a little challenging, I know. It's a little challenging, but let's just keep trying it out. See what you can do, okay? Right 2, down 1. What about the v? This one's actually kind of tough to see visually. If it's from t to t prime, this is where we're starting, right? We're going to go to the left 1 and up 1, okay? But how would you write that in a rule format? X, remember, left 1 means negative, and then y up means positive, right? You got to start trying to get the hang of this. A little challenging, I know. How about you? We're only going to the right 1. Only 1. So x plus 1. And what happens to y? Well, nothing happens to y, so you just leave it alone. Okay? Number 10. You start with a, and you're going to end up at a prime. Okay? So start at a, and you're going to go right 1, down 3. Right 1, down 3. How do you write right 1? X plus 1. How do you write down 3? Y minus 3. Okay. Let's keep it going. All right. For this one, you're going to start with h and go to h prime, which means you're going to go left 2, down 1. Left 2, down 1. Are you getting the hang of this? Left and right is the x-axis. So left means you're going to be going in the negatives. And then down, up is positive, down is negative. Okay? And then this last one, B, we're just going to go up 1, 2, 3, 4. Up 4. How do you write that? Well, X doesn't change. Nobody's going left or right. But Y is going up 4. Okay? All right, guys, go ahead and do the more challenging Blocket the best you can. And then there will be a quizzes homework you can do to finish class. Maybe you can even finish it while you're still in class. Best of luck, guys.